Hello, how there? You're welcome back. It's still the School of Money, and I'm still Olumide Emmanuel. Wow, I'm so excited today because we're starting a series on creating your success story, and I have in the studio with me today 3 of my mentees, 3 of my sons, 3 of my proteges, 3 of our success story out of all the hundreds of people that have been able to come into the place where their story has changed. So I'm going to just, because we normally chat, so I'm just going to talk to them. This is Timothy from Life Pay, that's Wisdom, and this Olorun Sheyi, they are both from Pertinence. They're going to introduce themselves, and they're going to be sharing their success story. One of the exciting things about their lives is the fact that I've known them for many years when they were absolutely nothing. I've known them when they didn't have even a dime to their name. And I've seen them many times. They come to my house. They'll be there till 10 p.m. asking questions. We want to make it, we want to succeed. How do we do this? How do we do that? And I'm happy that today they are part of the success story of what we've been sharing over the years. And many of them now, they are doing well. I think last year alone, their company's turnover well over $1 million in their turnover. So they are not small boys anymore. They are big boys now. So, well, introduce yourself. So talk to people about your name, what you do, so that they will get to know you, and then you guys will talk to them about you. So.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olumide. It's a rare opportunity for me to be on set with you for the very first time. Really.
Yeah.
My name is Oladipo Clement, and I'm the CEO of Life Page Group. We are a real estate and investment company, actually an investment holding company. And then we actually started out a few years ago as a human capital and business development company. And we do a lot in trainings, in empowerment as well. And then we've got loads of estate around the country. So that's a bit of
that's good. And then you guys introduce yourself. Pertinence.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. It's really a great privilege seen by our mentor this day. I'm Olorun Sheyi Sunday, co-founder and also executive director at Pertinence Limited. Pertinence Limited is an enterprise development and people empowerment company. And good enough, I'm not here alone. I'm here with my partner and a co-founder too. So I know he will introduce himself.
So we need to talk about partnership.
All right, my name is Wisdom Ezekiel, and I'm also one of the co-founders of Pertinence Limited. Also one of the executive directors, and it's also a great privilege to be on set with you, sir. And just like you said before we started, we've been together for quite a while, and your impact has been, that's what is telling this success story. You know, when people tell us about success, we know where to refer it to.
Exactly.
You know, by the time we refer it to God, the next person that we can call is you. So it's really been a good journey, and we thank God for.
without mention.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, so I think we need to now go into that. I think I'll start with you, Timothy. Now we're talking about creating your success story. You guys, over the years, you've been able to come into a place where, like I've always taught you, success is a journey, not a destination. So we're still in that journey. We are all still, moving to the next. But for you as a person, what will you say the journey has been like? Where were you before? What changed, and where are you now?
I would say that what happens that people begin to see, where the journey began from was actually in our hearts. Success is processed inside out, not outside in. Unfortunately, a lot of the times people want the description of success outside. So when you drive a good car, that's what they term to be success. Success is who you are. Success is not what you have. So it is who you are that ultimately determines what you have.
Success is who you are, not what you have.
So, and then in relating with my mentor, one of the things I wanted to find out, I aimed at essentially was to find out how does he think? What influences his thought process? How does he overcome challenges? You know, when people come around us today, sometimes people are interested in the type of car you drive or in the countries you've been and all of those. That's not the success. The success is the way we now think. So if you find the software, the programming in a mentor, and you install that in yourself, you can easily duplicate that same measure of success and even more.
Okay, so let's hear from you guys.
Let me say, it's been a long journey. I remember many years ago, before we even started coming to you as a group, I used to come to you once in a while, and whenever I come, then there was nothing, but I learned something, that if you want to get to somewhere, you have to discover somebody who have gotten there. Then if you can identify with the person who have gotten there, then you get there absolutely. They said if you sit in the midst of 5 wise people, you will be the next wise person. That means you'll be the 6th wise person. And having sat with you over the years,
I hope you're getting that. You sit in the midst of 5 wise people, you'll be the next one. You'll be the 6th person.
Yeah. So having sat with you over the years, and you have influenced us. You have taught us how to plan. You have taught us how to project. You have taught us how to take risk and get something out of life. Now, the way it started, we're really nothing. As in, I came to Lagos at the age of 14, and it was more like I was homeless. At the time, I was living with my in-law. My other sister happened to be the one that brought me to Lagos. She died, and I didn't have anywhere to run to. It was this same place I came to, homeless, not having any vision, not having anything, and you took me up and started tutoring me. And today, I don't only have a home, I home a lot of people. So the journey has been a journey of great inspiration.
Okay, thank you, sir. There's this common saying that you remain the same person in 5 years, but for 2 things. The kind of books you read and the company you keep. I must say those 2 things has really worked for us. Firstly, there's a common saying from you, the common sense guru. If you are not updated, you'll be outdated. If you are not in the know, you cannot be. If you don't have somebody to inform you, you'll still be deformed. So, gathering these informations early enough really transformed our lives. So we looked out for all your books and started digging. Now, the one that inspired us the most is this book. Really, this is the Bible of world creation. I'm telling you, it's the Bible of world creation. We ate it to the point that we told ourselves that we can't be eating this alone. So in our office, this is our manual. Every day we take 3 pages of this book and the entire staff. Today we have a workforce of over 200 people that are with us. And I tell you, every day we read 3 pages of this book, and it has changed dramatically the way things run in the company. So the books we started reading and our association with our mentor transformed our life totally, and we're always grateful for it.
Wow, that's amazing. You know what? We're going to go on a short break right now. You see, you need to spread the word. Go on Twitter, go on your BB, go on WhatsApp, tell people something good is happening on this broadcast, because you are learning from people that probably started from where you are right now. And if their story can change with the wealth creation principles we're teaching, yours cannot be an exception. I'm still here with my guests, my sons, my proteges, my mentees, and the success stories of some of the success story of what we have been sharing with you guys, and they have been talking to us about their own journey to the place called the Wealthy Place. Now, I want to ask you guys, because you were talking mentor. What is the place of mentorship in being able to journey to your own place of fulfillment? Because everybody has a dream. So, what is the place of mentorship, and must everybody have a mentor?
Really? If you really want to succeed in life, you can't do without a mentor. It has been said, if you really want to succeed, all you need to do is look for people that have tread the path that you are trying to achieve and just go after them. When you stand on their shoulders, you can see farther than they can see. And when they talk about experience in life, it doesn't have to be your own experience. Yeah, when you say someone is experienced, it could be other people's experiences that you are putting together to succeed in life. So when we talk about mentorship, if you really want to succeed, because we are here today because we have mentors. You had when our mentor introduced us, he said just last year what the business did was over $1 million. And that's not cheap for a business of about 4 years. I believe our mentor, that would have took him maybe many more years to achieve. But because we followed his path, he showed us the mistakes he has made, and he showed us how he made it. So we just followed the path, and we are where we are today.
And the thing about mentorship is everybody is being mentored. But you just have to choose a deliberate mentor of
so
a part
everybody
is being mentored.
Consciously
Or
or
unconsciously.
Somebody's
Mentoring you, whether directly or indirectly. There is somebody you have seen that did something and you want to follow suit. A woman who fights her husband, for instance, probably would have seen one or two women who did the same likewise, and that's the path she's treading. A son who is wayward and probably stubborn would have seen one or two people who were stubborn, but you have to come to a point where you deliberately choose the path you want to tread. And for you to choose that path, you need someone who has been on that road. Because if you don't have somebody who has been on that road, there are several mistakes that you could have avoided, that you eventually make because you didn't have anybody to guide you. But if you have somebody to guide you, your journey will be faster and your journey will be smoother because you have someone who can guide you and tell you what to do and what not to do. So mentorship is just the right thing.
Must everybody have a mentor?
Yes, just like you've said. I personally believe that there is nothing new under the sun. What has been achieved, whatever record has been set, somebody else will come the next level who will break that record. And what I normally share with people, like we have also learned from our mentor, is the fact that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just find how has he done it. And you see, we are very privileged. I must confess, we have a mentor who has a large heart,
Very large.
who is open to a fault. And I must confess, open to a fault. He will tell you what you need to know, whether you are comfortable with it or not. And for us, that made it very, very easy to replicate. And like Wisdom said, it made it very easy for us to minimize some measure of mistake. Yeah, whether that you will make mistake, you can't rule that out on this journey. But that will your mistake be minimized? Yes, that's why you need a mentor.
Okay, now we have a mentorship platform. I didn't plan for this to be a mentor, but let's talk about it. We have a mentorship platform called the 360-degree mentorship platform. So for those of you that are listening to us right now, if you want to know more about that, you can go to our website, you can call us or visit any of our social media handles, and they'll give you more information. They are all members of that team. Now, and we have an annual mentorship retreat where I travel with them for a whole week, and then we have one-on-one mentorship. We plan the next year together and all this stuff. So I want us to talk about that particular 360-degree mentorship. We've been to Dubai together, we're in America together. So what is the place of such kind of meetings where we spend a whole week together in Dubai, in America? What does that do? In what way does that add something to, can you share your
The experience we had in Dubai and the one we had just recently in America was, and it was more like all the things we've been taught in the classroom summed up together cannot be compared to that experience. It's an exposure. More like, I've taught you these things, but come and see. Come and see the way it's being played out. Come and see the way people are practicalizing it. For instance, when we traveled to the US this last time, we just decided to go to the car wash with one of our friends. By the time we got to car wash, our friends just parked the car, and before we knew it, 5 minutes, the car was out. And they finished washing it. It was automated. And that is exposure. Nobody can explain that to you until you see it. Or we're in Dubai, many things you took us, many places you took us to, it was mind-blowing. Not just because of traveling to Dubai, but because of the kind of person you went to Dubai with. Somebody who can enter places, not just that I travel to Dubai and one cubicle. Somebody who can enter places, who can tell you, okay, this is the place, let's go inside. And you can, places where normally you would not want to pay money for, but because of the exposure you want to get, you'll be able to pay the money. So it's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, really, you see, the easiest way to teach is in pictures. When you
Did you hear that? The easiest way to teach is in pictures.
Let people see, and it sticks to the memory. I must confess, my first trip outside the shores of Africa was through the 360. Even the first time I had to travel, I went to Ghana, and it was because of the challenge from our mentor saying you just have to be exposed. And I felt, okay, let's start from somewhere. So we went to Ghana together, myself and Wisdom, and the next one was Dubai. And that was a few years back. I tell you, that memory did not leave me. After then, we have been challenged to be to places like the UK, France, and several other countries. All of this came because you challenged us to do so. And what we saw when we traveled to Dubai challenged our thinking. I tell you, it's more than what you can explain. And you know, we went ahead in SCSR by privilege to at least 20 of our employees. We took them to Dubai too. That's to let you know that we are duplicating the grace that you have given us.
That's good. Timothy.
Words are not sufficient to really describe experience of traveling. I normally share with people also that 24 hours classroom training cannot compare with 1 hour field training. So even if you have sat down with the mentor and ate from him, dine with him, and you don't have that type of exposure with him, I must confess, I've been a few places around the world with him. I've also been to Ukraine with our mentor. But I will never forget our trip to Dubai. It was a life-changing experience, a life-changing one. So it makes a lot of difference.
We'll continue. We have another episode where we'll continue and we'll now look at success secrets. What are the specific steps that you can take that can help you on this journey? Stay tuned. Now we're talking about the mentorship trip to Dubai. We've been to America. Now, so you're trying to say, okay, you now went with your family. So let me hear that. How did that now affect you?
The last 2 mentorship trips we had was with our wives. And when we got back to Nigeria, it was more like, the first one was in Dubai, the second one was in America. Now, when we got back to Nigeria, it's more like, my wife was so displeased with many things. The things that she used to accept before, she no longer accepts them. She got to her house and felt that our house was not well furnished. And I was already, when I drive, she would tell me, no, that's not the way. In Dubai, you saw the way they wait for people to cross and all that. Now, that's what it has done to their mind. Traveling, gives you exposure, and also traveling with somebody who have experience, who have gone around the whole world, and who knows what you don't know, gives you further experience. I can tell you it was a wonderful one. Wow, traveling with them.
That's good.
Okay. Interestingly also, traveling, having a time out with your mentor is such a rare privilege. The master classes we took, like that on decision making, it taught me so much. And whether you succeed or not is about decisions. The decisions you make determine where you are per time. We are here today because of the decisions you've made in the past. And the ones you begin to make now will determine where you get to. So imagine having such master class and you have time to ask questions. There are times you are taught and you may not really understand, but there's no time. But on this mentorship retreat, you'll be given opportunity. We even go personal. Your mentor is interested in our families, our wives, our children, and I tell you today, we are not regretting it at all.
Wow.
You've said it all. Said it all.
So if you are listening to me right now, you need to understand that I didn't set out to talk about mentorship. That's not really we're trying to talk about creating your own success story. But since we've veered into this issue of mentorship, if you would like to be a part of my mentorship program, I have the e-mentorship and I have the 360-degree mentorship program. For the e-mentorship, you can go to our website and you can contact us. We'll tell you what to do. And then for the 360-degree mentorship program, you can also contact us. We'll tell you what to do. And now we have an annual mentorship retreat that we do outside the shores of Nigeria. We do Dubai, we do America, we do all over the world, but majorly we try to go to Dubai once every year because it's a place where we can be able to do a lot of things at different points when we travel. So if you're interested in the journey to Dubai or you're interested in the mentorship, just contact us and you'll be glad you did. Well, we're going to be closing this particular broadcast for today. So in one word, what do you want to drop as a takeaway for people for today's broadcast? Let's start with you, Wisdom.
Well, you see, you don't have it all. For you to have what is necessary for success, you need to look for people who have gone ahead of you and take as much as you can take from them. That's what I can say.
Okay, for me, from my relationship with our mentor, I can say just about anybody can succeed if you are willing to take the necessary steps.
Just about anybody can succeed. So you can succeed you are willing to take the step. Tim.
Finally, if you can think it, it can happen to you. What you think governs how you live. And so if I'm going to summarize this up, I'll just tell you, you will never be better than the way you currently think. So if you are not pleased with what's happening around you, change what you are thinking right now.
You will never be better than the way you currently think. Well, to meet again in the next episode when we continue in part 2 of Creating Your Success Story. Keep your dream alive. Bye-bye.
Are you feeling angry because the money you earn is not enough for your needs? Or you are frustrated because you can't manage your money properly? Or worried because you can't seem to multiply your money? If this is you, then enroll in our School of Money audio program today and discover how to make, manage, and multiply money. It doesn't matter your financial level or the financial crisis you're facing. This program will help you achieve your financial goal. To learn more, visit www.theschoolofmoney.com.ng.